All right, good evening. Welcome to your 60-minute Vinyasa flow class. As always, you guys know your body's best. So if you're dealing with an injury, illness, low energy, pregnancy, take any modifications. You can sit down, take sips of water at any time, back out of a pose if it doesn't feel right. For today, we'll just get started in a comfortable seat. That could be crisscross applesauce, which works for me, or maybe sitting on your heels. And just find a nice rooted posture so you're grounded down, but you feel long and tall through your neck, at the crown of your head. And close your eyes and just take a next few breaths to settle in. Letting go of anything that's no longer serving you. Being proud of yourself for making it on the mat. Finding areas in your body that you might be holding tension. For me right now, that's my jaw, my neck, my shoulders. With every exhale, try to release a little bit more in those areas. Whenever it makes sense in your breath cycle, let out a big open mouth exhale. Then take a full breath in, fill up, sit a little bit taller. Open mouth exhale, let it go. Pull your navel in. Another one just like that. Deep breath in, fill up. Expand your belly forward. Open mouth exhale, let it go. Pull your navel in. And take another full breath in, fill up. Pause the top. Seal your lips. Exhale through your nose. Bring a slight restriction to the back of your throat. This will help cultivate your Ujjayi pranayama. Breath of fire. Warming our centers. Slowing our heartbeat. At this time, I encourage you to set an intention for your practice, your day, your week. If nothing comes to mind, focus on the word breath. Today, I logged into work, and right away, I felt stressed, I felt anxious, I had to stop, and I took long, deep, slow breaths in and out of my nose, just as I'm doing now. And if you focus on your breath, all the outside stimuli bounces right off of you. You are able to focus because your brain is nourished. You're able to move a little bit better because your muscles are getting flooded with oxygen. Take another few breaths. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or slowly open them. And then gentle lift your chin straight up. Just focus on the feeling of the stretch of your throat. Then exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Focus on the lengthening of the back of your neck. One more just like that. Lift your chin, lift your gaze. Try to keep your shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, chin to chest. And then bring your gaze back to center. Turn your head or drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Gentle neck stretch. And then maybe gaze at your right shoulder. And then come back to center. Same thing on the left. Lower your left ear. And then bring your gaze toward your shoulder. Back to center. Let's roll our shoulders, stir our ears, glide them down your back to side. One more, just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release the tension and lower. Good, come into your tabletop. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Feel free to take some shakes side to side. My new favorite thing is creating a circle with my ribs. So I'm dropping my belly down, pulling to the left, lifting my belly up and towards the ceiling, and then shifting my ribs to the right. Just make a few big circles like this. It's a fancy cat-cow. And then once you've done 2 or 3 cycles, come back to center and go the opposite direction, shifting your ribs and hips to the right. Then pulling everything up, rounding your shoulders, chin to chest, pressing your hips and ribs to the left, and then dropping your belly down, cow. Take a few more rounds just like that. And once you've finished your second or third round, come back to a tabletop and gently make your way into puppy pose. So your hips stay stacked over your knees. And just begin to walk your forearms out. Maybe plant your forearms on the mat. Maybe walk your arms out so they're straight and bring your forehead or your chin to the mat. Big chest opener here. Stretch for your armpits. Walk your forearms back underneath you until you can return to that tabletop pose. Give it a little shake. Feel free to roll out your neck. And then we're gonna do a mini sun A here. So we start by standing on our knees, hips stacked over knees. Reach your arms out, then up, maybe touch your palms above your head. A little arch while you press your hips forward. Good, exhale, child's pose. Sink your hips back. Walk your hands forward, rest your forehead down. Then cobra pose, slither forward onto your belly. Point your toes back. Draw your fingertips towards your low ribs and gentle lift of your chest. We'll flow through that 3 times. Come back to your tabletop, hands underneath your shoulders. Then inhale, stay kneeling pose, reach your arms up, maybe they touch. Maybe a little back bend, shifting your hips forward. Exhale, child's pose, sink your hips towards your heels, reach your hands forward, forehead down. Inhale, cobra pose, slither forward, lower your belly and your chest, and then roll your shoulder heads back, point your toes. Exhale, tabletop, press your hips to stack over your knees, and then reach your arms up. Maybe this time, bring your hands to your low back, camel pose, gentle one. Pinch your elbows back, lift your chin. Good, exhale, child's pose. Release your arms long in front of you. Shift your hips back. And then slither forward into your cobra. Or if you're ready for it, maybe a little bit higher, upward facing dog. Good, exhale, come back to that tabletop. Feel free to shake it out. And then walk your hands one handprint forward. Tuck your toes under. Let's meet in our first downward facing dog. Take whatever movements here. Bending into your knees always feels good to lengthen the back of your legs. Maybe crack your toes. Say yes and no with your head. And then find a static down dog. Slight bend in those knees. Press your heels down while lifting your tailbone up. Scoop your biceps towards your face and spread your fingers wide. Inhale, look forward. Exhale for ragdoll's pose. Step towards your hands and fold over your legs. You can reach for opposite elbows or interlace your fingers to the base of your neck, your head. Take some gentle movements here, bouncing or swaying side to side. And then Good. Dangle your fingertips down. Say yes and no with your head. Open and close that jaw. And then slowly roll up. Stacking one vertebrae on top of each other until you stand tall. Roll your shoulders to your ears. Glide them down your back and come to Samastitihi, standing at attention. Feel free to close your eyes, adjust your yoga pants. Hands pressed together at your heart. Feel your breath. Good. Release your arms down by your side. Let's bring our right arm around our low back and press our left hand on top, bringing a little chicken wing out to the side. And then just getting deeper into this neck stretch, bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Good, come back to center, switch it out. Swing your left forearm around your low back. Press your right palm on top, chicken wing on out to the side. And drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Good, come back to center, release the arms, give them a little shake. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Rooting down into your feet, lifting the muscles, the quads right above your kneecaps and scooping up belly. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. We're gonna do half sundays here. So inhale, halfway lift, draw your hands up your shins or thighs. Shoulder blades zip together and down your back. Keep your gaze in front of your toes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, root down, rise on up right away. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands together at your sternum. This time, release your arms down, and we'll do some backward rows with our arms. First, reaching forward, and then back, opening your chest. Two more just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open behind you. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, open, getting mobility in those shoulders. Good, inhale, mountain pose, reach high, biceps by your ears. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold deeply, good. Inhale, mountain pose, lift your hands high. Exhale, Samastitihi, press your palms together, glide them towards your midline. Good, release your arms down. Other direction this time. Reaching out, then forward, windmill. Reaching back, then forward. Last one, reaching back, then forward. And this time, if your shoulders are feeling pretty limber, interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Make sure your feet are about hip width distance. Slight bend in those knees, puff up your chest. Exhale, forward fold, maybe with that chest expansion. If you want to get a little deeper into this, feel free to rinse out your shoulders by bending into your right knee, dropping your fist to the right side. And then switch, come back to center, bend into your left knee, drop your fist to the left. Exhale, fold, let your arms dangle down. Inhale, halfway lift, shift the weight towards your toes. Exhale, fold, plant both palms, step back, high plank. First time we're officially here today. So fire up every muscle, press into your knuckles of your palms, take a deep breath in. Either lower halfway or all the way down to the mat, pulling your elbows to your sides. Inhale, you got baby cobra, cobra, or up dog, arms are straight. Exhale, downward facing dog, our home base. Sweep your hips back, gaze at your toes. We're gonna do a couple more chaturangas throughout class, so feel free to modify, switch it up. You wanna do double push-ups, that's always an option too for the crazy people. All right, let's do sun salutation B. We're gonna go in a circle, so inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Good, so feet can be together, hip width distance. The goal here is to shift the weight of your hips back so the weight comes off of your toes. Arms stay high for this one, but feel free to widen them if your neck feels a little crowded. Sit one more inch. And then exhale, forward fold, straighten those legs, shake it out. Tense your fingertips. Step your left foot up and back, low lunge. So your right knee is still stacked over your right heel. Back heel is popped. Root down, rise up for your first high crescent, all asana. So make sure your feet are railroaded so that they're wide enough that your hips can square forward. And then float your arms up. Relax your shoulders down your back. Pull your navel in. A we're just gonna pulse 3 times, lowering our back knee towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch. We're going for 1, 2, 3. Good. Returning to our asana. And then exhale, open up to the side, star pose. Both toes, all sets of toes face out, heels in. Big X with your body, lift your chest. Good, squeeze those kneecaps. Dial your inner thighs towards the front. Exhale, horse sink down. Good, so your legs stay wide. For this first one, feel free to shift side to side and adjust your feet so that your knees track over your toes. Pulsing might feel good to you, but take a moment, take a breath, sink low. Good, inhale, star, straighten those legs, reach up, and then warrior 2 to the back. So carve your right toes in, left toes to the back, bend into that left knee so it tracks toward your second toe. And then spin your sternum to the side, use your core. Flip your left palm, reverse warrior, reach up and back. No weight in that back hand, just getting a big side stretch here along our left side. Good, warrior 2, tee up those arms. And then we're gonna come into high crescent lunge towards the back. So pop your back heel, dial that right hip towards the back of your mat, sweep your arms up. Find your balance, scissor those heels towards each other. And then we're gonna pulse 3 times here. 1, lowering our back knee for 2. Back knee doesn't touch, just pulses for 3. And now that you have that strength, that momentum, we're gonna step forward, chair pose with airplane arms, chair plane. So feet together, knees bent, booty back, belly off your thighs. Exhale, forward fold, shake it out. We're gonna do the same thing going towards the left. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Tense your fingertips, step your left foot up and back, low lunge. Good, root down, rise up, high crescent lunge, hip square forward, pulse 3 times, lowering the back left knee, and then lift. Left knee lowers, then lift. Last one, and rise. Good, open up to the side, star pose, toes out, heels in, lift your chest. Exhale, horse, sink down, knees open. Inhale, star, reach up. Exhale, warrior 2, back to the front. Left knee stacked over left ankle. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior, sweep up and back. Good, warrior 2, tee out your arms. High crescent, dial your right hip forward, pop that right heel, sweep your arms up, and then bounce or pulse that back knee for 1, 2, 3. Step forward, chair plane, feet together, arms back, triceps towards the ceiling. And then exhale, forward fold, shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant both palms, step back, wash that cycle out with a high to low plank. Inhale, belly back bends, cobras or up dogs. Exhale, downward facing dog is where we meet. 2 to 3 full breaths in and out of your nose. All right, here we go. Inhale up to the front of your mat. Exhale, step or travel, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your sides and your neck. Exhale, bow. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Good, so we're gonna be here just a few breaths. Really activate those glutes, those quads. Pull your feet away from each other. Waterfall your shoulder blades together and down your back. Exhale, fold, let it all go. Tense your fingertips. Step your right foot up and back, low lunge. Good, taking up space, lowering our hip, and keeping that back heel stacked over your back toes. Root down, rise up, high crescent lunge. As if your hips were being hugged towards each other. Pull that navel in, shoulders are stacked over your hips. Arms reach high. And we'll pulse 3 times, lowering our back knee towards the mat for 1, 2, 3. Good, returning to that high crescent lunge, squeeze that right glute. And then exhale, open up, star pose to the side. Expand across your mat. Lift your chin, press your hips and your chest forward. Enjoy the straight leg sensation after all that strength building in high crescent. And then exhale, bring it all to center, horse, sink down. Good. Again, feel free to shift side to side, pulse a little bit. Try to lower your hips in line with your knees. And instead of leaning forward, try to lean or stack your shoulders above your hips. Good, one more breath. Inhale, star into those heels, straighten those legs. And then warrior two to the back, dial your right toes to the front, left toes so they're parallel to the back of your mat. Flip your right palm. Reverse your warrior. Pull your right shoulder away from your ear. Make a side stretch here, not a back bend. But keep opening that right knee towards your second or third toe. Good, inhale, rise, warrior two. And then we're gonna go to high crescent towards the back of our mat. So with grace, dial your hips to the back. Still draw that right heel towards the back of your mat. Slight bend in that back knee. Find your balance. And we'll pulse 3 times, lowering our back knee, and then lifting it, lowering your back knee, and lifting it. Last one. Awesome. Now this time, we're gonna step our feet together, chair plane. Sit low in those booties, firm up your arms, chest reaches forward, belly off of your thighs. Exhale, forward fold, shake it out with those sit bones. Woo. All right, we're gonna flow the other direction. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Tense your fingertips. Step your right foot up and back, low lunge. Take up space. Root down, rise up, high crescent. Awesome. Find your balance, pop that back heel, and then pulse that back knee for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, star pose, expand, burst open, lift your chest, your chin. Exhale, horse, knees open towards your second or third toe. Inhale, star lift. Exhale, warrior two to the back. Flip your right palm, reverse your warrior, sweep up and back side stretch. Good, inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, high crescent. Dial all 10 toes forward. And let's pulse for 3, for 2, for 1. And then launch forward to chair plane. Inner thighs kissing, hips low, but maybe this time, let's do drinking bird. Lift those heels. Feel the shake, spread your hands wide. And then exhale, fold, shake it all out. Woo. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant both palms, step or hop back. Wash that out with a chaturanga, that high to low. Inhale, belly back bends, collarbones open. Exhale, downward facing dogs. Full breath in, full breath out. One more, just like that. Good. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Shoulders stack over wrists. Little to no movement between your hands and feet. Exhale, down dog. Shift your hips back, slight bend in those knees. Inhale, roll forward. High plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last of those hip creases back. Last one, inhale, shift forward, high plank. Find your power, your energy, your breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then lower your knees. Take a seat. Feel free to take a sip of water or roll out your wrists, whatever you need. Good. All right, and then we will meet in a V sit. And yours probably won't look like mine. Everybody's different, and that's totally okay. So we're gonna start by first reaching our arms out and up, and using our strong core, we're gonna spin it towards our right leg. And then exhale, slowly folding over our right leg any amount. Try to reach your chin towards your heel, lengthen, And then exhale, maybe fold a little bit deeper. You can clasp your calf, your ankle, your foot, if you want. Knees bent, totally welcome as well. And then slowly walk your hands back. Sit up tall, reach your arms up. Using that strong midsection again, spin your sternum towards your left leg. And exhale, slowly fold over your left thigh. Again, reach your chin towards your toes. And then fold on the exhale. And then slowly walk your fingertips back so you're sitting up tall. Now that our side bodies are a little bit warmed up, this is the core exercise that always gets me. Bring your fingertips to the back of your skull, pinch your elbows back. We're gonna do slight elbow to knee dips. So just drop your right elbow towards your right knee and then sit up. Left elbow, left knee, sit up. You got this, you can go at your own speed. Inhale to lift, exhale to crunch. Keep those toes flexed. Good, last 3 each side. Pull those elbows back. Use your strong side bodies, last set for me. Good, release your arms, give them a shake. Bring your fingertips underneath your knees and pull your inner thighs together. Awesome. Stomp both of your feet on the mat in front of you. Reach your arms forward, and with control, lower all the way onto your back. We'll prepare for eagle sit-ups. So wrap your right thigh up and over your left, and then your left arm underneath your right, either the bear hug or the double bind. And then you're gonna tap your toes just out far enough in front of you, and try to reach your fingertips just to the mat above you. Glue that low back down, promise me it stays there. Slight curve of your tailbone up. And then exhale, bring your elbows and knees to meet the center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, expand. Exhale, pull together. 5 more. Last one. Good, unwind your arms to a T or a goalpost. Unwind your legs, keeping them both bent. Feet about hip or mat width wide. And just take some gentle windshield wipers right and left to loosen up your low back and your outer hips. All right, come back to center, feet in line with your hips. Wrap your left leg up and over, or the opposite of what you just did. Right arm underneath. Eagle legs, bear hug or eagle arms. Tap your toes out just a little bit in front of you. Reach your arms just above you so you're staring at your elbows. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, C crunch, shoulder blades and hips lift to meet. Exhale, expand. In crunch together. Inhale, reach out. You guys got this. Elbows and knees touch over your belly button. 5 more. Last one for me. Alrighty. Unwind your arms to a T or a goalpost. Bring your feet mat width wide, knees bent. Give them a little distance from your booty. And gentle windshield wiper right and left. Good, and then just take a big old morning stretch. Fingertips above you, legs far in front of you. Deep breath in. Exhale, just relax on your mat. Notice the quality of your breath. Pull your knees to your chest, reach the backs of your thighs. Rock forward and back lengthwise a couple of times, getting that momentum, that whole back massage. After that second or third rock and roll, find your way to a high plank, pressing into your palms. Lifting out of your shoulders, scooping that belly in, take a deep breath in, and then slowly lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, belly back bend of your choice. Really stretch out your core. Maybe wiggle a little bit. Open that chest. Exhale, child's pose. Big toes touch. Knees as wide as feels comfortable. Rest your forehead on the mat or across. Press weight back into your palms. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Take a couple breaths here, just finding your home base. Maybe pressing your heels one at a time back to the mat. As you lengthen your hips away from your chest. Inhale, lift your right heel high. Dial your pinky toes down so your hips are still square. Squeeze to that right butt cheek to lift it 1 inch higher. Exhale, slow motion, low lunge. Pull your thigh to your belly, round through your upper back, and then place your right foot by your right thumb. Keep your left hand rooted on the mat, or feel free to grab a block. And then reach your right hand high for a low lunge twist. Try to even out your hips. Gaze towards your right thumb. Twist a little bit deeper with every exhale. Exhale, low lunge. Both hands frame your front foot. Now keep that back foot slightly lifted, and we're going to shift back into a long pyramid. So gently straighten your right leg. Press into that right big toe ball mount, that knuckle right behind your big toe. And you may need to touch your low back to see if it's flat. Mine tends to dip. You can even pull your right hip crease back with your right thumb to help. And then lengthen your chest, your chin forward, and maybe walk your body over your right leg. Long pyramid. All right, we're gonna shift between these two. So bend back into that right knee, low lunge, but lift your chest forward. You're gonna feel a deep stretch in that left hip flexor. And then exhale, long pyramid, straighten that right leg. Maybe keep a micro bend in that right knee. Exhale, low lunge, shift your chest forward, bend into that right knee, lift your heart. Exhale, long pyramid, shift back. Good, bend back into that right knee. Spin and plant that left foot. And then rise on up for your warrior two. We've been here before. Maybe you can take it a little bit deeper. Remember, spin your sternum to the side, arms reach out, right leg strong. Flip your right palm. Reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Feel free to take the half bind, the left arm around the low back. Good, unwind, come back to your warrior two. Squeeze that front knee straight, bump your hips back, reach forward, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Hinge your chest down as if flattening between two panes of glass. If you want to challenge, maybe take your fingertips or block behind your right leg. Still dial those right ribs forward. Good. Inhale, slowly rise to stand. Dial your right toes in, coming into our wide-legged fold. Your arms can stay out, hands to hips, or interlace your fingers for more chest opening. Either way, puff up your chest, create space, and exhale, fold down, letting the weight of your skull lengthen your spine. Release your fingertips to the mat if you had them in a bind. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep your right hand rooted, float your left hand high. Twist, as if your rib cage can rotate around your spine. And then come back to center, switch it out. Make sure you're not crushing that cupcake under your left fingertips. Reach your right hand high, twist to the side. And then come back to center. Lengthen your spine as if you're doing a halfway lift, but with wide legs. And then begin to walk your fingertips towards your right foot. Coming into a low lunge at the top of your mat. Lower your back knee, untuck your back toes. Shift your hips back for half splits. Now, if you're feeling ready for full splits, feel free to take it. My hamstrings are pretty tight, but I can demo it. Or you could do very similarly what we did on long pyramid, which is lengthen and just fold over your right leg. Take 3 to 4 breaths here. If you're in full splits or variation, come back to your half splits. And then half splits, everybody crawl back into your low lunge, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. Step your feet to the front of your mat, forward fold, shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow deeply. Inhale, mountain, reach high. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands together at your heart. Take a moment, close your eyes, adjust your pants, whatever you need to do. We'll start our balance series. Blink open your eyes, prepare for tree first. So spread your right toes wide. We've been strengthening and lengthening the back of our right leg. So first, dial your left toes to either your ankle, your calf, or your inner thigh. Just avoid pressing on your knee joint. Let's open that left knee wide, lift through our low bellies. Hands start at heart center. If you're feeling really balanced, take another arm variation. Okay. Trees, dial your left knee forward and then sweep your left foot back. Try to capture your left foot, your arch side foot with your left hand, and then squeeze your inner thighs together. Find balance here where everything's stacked, reaching your fingertips high, growing towards the sky. And if you're steady and strong, dancer's pose. Kick your foot back, reach your right arm forward. Steady gaze. Opposing force is keeping us steady here. Come back to center. Release your left foot, release your right arm, give it a shake or a little wiggle. Bring that nervous energy out. And then we'll float to the mat to wash that out. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, either hop or step back. High to low plank, pull your elbows in. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, neck long. Exhale, downward facing dog. Home base. 2 full breaths. For our last standing series. Inhale your left heel high. Leg is straight, heel is the highest point. Your gaze is still at your right or left toes underneath you. Maybe lift 1 more inch while keeping your hips squared down. Exhale, slow motion, low lunge. Pull your belly in to make room for your thigh. Round through your upper back. And step your foot between your hands. If it didn't get there, feel free to move it there. And then bring your right hand to the mat, palm down or block. Lift your left hand high, low lunge twist. Good, replace your left hand to the mat. And then we're gonna shift into our long pyramid. The back heel stays lifted for this one. And then we're gently straightening our left leg any amount. Create a long spine first, just like if you're doing halfway lift. Maybe check out your sacrum to make sure it's flat or pull that left hip crease back. And then exhale, lengthen your chest bone over your left leg any amount. Then we're gonna flow between these two. Hinge forward, dropping your right hip bone, shifting your chest forward, low lunge. Exhale, long pyramid, hips back, gazes at your shin. Good. Low lunge, bend into that left knee, pull your heart forward. Exhale, long pyramid, left leg straight, gazes down. Good, return to that low lunge, stacking that left knee over your left heel. Spin and plant that back foot, rise on up, warrior two to the side. Okay, so align your feet, we'll be in this position for a bit. Tee out your arms. Commit to that lunge in your front knee. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. See how much space you can create between your left ribs. Maybe take that half bind, wrapping your right arm around your low back. Good, unwind, come back to your warrior two. Squeeze your front knee straight, bump your hips back, reach forward, and then tick-tock down to triangle pose. Good. So try to wrap that right hip back. Shoulders are stacked, arms are stacked, legs are stacked. And try to lift more up, so you're using your side bodies, then dumping down into that block or your calf. Good, inhale, rise to stand, ready into those feet. Dial those left toes in, so your feet are now parallel to the front and back of your mat. You're taking an arm back, like bind, just make sure the opposite thumb's on top so it feels a little funky, or try with your arms out or arms on the hip. Either way, start by creating space in your chest, and then exhale, folding forward, shifting the weight towards your toes to lengthen the back of your legs further. Inhale, halfway lift. Root into those left fingertips. Reach your right arm high, open twist. Let's switch it out. Tense your right fingertips underneath your nose. Reach your left hand high, twist. Exhale, return to center. One more halfway lift, just extending your spine forward, gazes down. And then walk your hands to surround your left foot, coming into that low lunge. Feel free to lower your back knee, untuck your back toes, go for your half splits, or if you'd like to even out, I need a sweatshirt for this, feel free to take full splits now that our hamstrings and quads are fully stretched. 3 to 4 breaths right where you are. If you're in full splits, slowly come back to half splits. And then everybody in half splits, come back to your low lunge, bending into your left knee, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and then step your feet together, forward fold at the front of your mat, shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain. Lengthen out your sides, reach high. Exhale, Samasthiti, palms pressed together, thumbs at your heart. Take a moment for yourself. Reconnect with your breath. Good, then blink your eyes open, prepare for tree on the other side. Spreading your left toes wide, and just knowing that you're shifting your weight from your big toe, your pinky toe side, and your heel. And you can draw your right foot to your ankle bones, put the toe on the mat for kickstands, your calf, or your inner thigh. Press everything towards the center, and then lift up. Find an arm variation that works for you. 5 to 6 breaths here. Good, trees, take one more breath. Good, dial your right knee forward, release it from your inner thigh. Then you're gonna sweep your right heel towards your right glute. Release your right hand towards your inner ankle or your arch, and then kiss your inner thighs together. So the inside of my elbow faces out, my chest is facing forward. Find the length here. Remember, heel, pinky toe, big toe. If you want to move on, dancer's pose. High five the wall in front of you. Try to square your chest and your hips. Breathe. Good, dancers, come back to first expression, knees touch. Then release your right foot, your left arm. Give it a wiggle. Try to release that tension. And then we'll float to the mat and come out and pose. Exhale, forward fold, melt. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant both palms, step or hop back. Take your last chaturanga plats. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Lower your knees, take a seat. Swing your legs in front of you. So we're going to be working a little bit on our hips because my hips are super tight. And I get the most sensation out of double pigeon or fire lock. So to start with that, bring your right shin parallel to the front of your mat. And then your left shin on top. So find a squishy place right above your knee for your ankle to meet. And if you have this much room, feel free to grab a block or a pillow. The longer you're in it, the slowly you'll be able to ease it down. I just wouldn't force it with your hand. And then sit up tall for starters. Flex those feet. And with your intention, with your breath, try to press that left knee down. If you want to try compressing it, you can walk your hands in front of your shins and fold. Now, if this is ever too much for you, I still love a seated figure four. You can stomp your right foot on the mat, keep your ankle right where it is. You can rock side to side for this. But I need a deeper variation today. I'm in pain. Good, walk your fingertips back if you decide to fold forward. Release any props from underneath you. And then bring your left leg out, give it a shake. Good. So squeeze your left foot, your right foot towards your inner thigh. Sit up tall, reach your arms out and up. And then exhale, spin your chest over your left thigh and fold. Maybe you're deeper than you were when we did this halfway through class in our V stretch. Slowly sit back up. And then nestle your left bicep towards your inner thigh. Reach that right arm up and over. Side stretch. Getting into those tight low back muscles. And then rise. And then we're going to take this right leg and try to nestle your foot into the left elbow pit. And then maybe wrap your other arms down outside of your knee and kind of rock it like a baby. You don't like your legs standing out here, you can bring it in for support. But just rocking it in and pulling it in, again, stretching this hip. And then what really works for me is I'm gonna begin to roll onto that right outer glute. Feels like a foam roller and it feels quite painful, but I know I need it. You can even lift your left leg up. Whew. All right, one more. Good, coming back to center. We're gonna switch it out. So this time we're going to parallel our left shin in front of us. Flex that left toe. And then stack like fire log or double pigeon. Your right shin on top, flex both feet. Props are always there for you. I still use them every day. Try to rig your sit bones down, sit up tall. Maybe this is where you are today, that's cool. Remember, mentally try to press that right knee down and away from you. Don't ever force it. And with a few breaths, if you feel like it, maybe fold over your legs, or maybe step out of it and take a seated variation with your left foot on the mat. You fold it, slowly come back to seated. Woo. Remove any props, and then lengthen your right leg out to the side. Bring your left foot towards your inner thigh, sit up tall. And then sweep your arms out and up. Using that strong center body, spin your sternum towards your right thigh. And fold, knee towards nose. Lengthen on the breath in. Fold deeper on the exhale. Slowly walk your fingertips back so you're sitting up tall. And that big side stretch, press your bicep into your right thigh. Sweep that left arm up and over while keeping that left glute to the mat. Good, and rise on up. And we'll make that little baby motion with our shin, pushing our foot into our elbow crease. And then maybe just rocking it side to side, getting that mobility, any pops and cracks out. Good, and if you want that foam roller sensation, just begin to roll to the right and back. This hip is not as bad as the other. Whew. Kind of making big circling motions on your right glute. Last one. Good, and let it go. Awesome. So then stomp your feet in front of you, bending your knees towards the ceiling. Reach your arms forward and slowly recline all the way onto your back. Shimmy your heels close towards your sit bones, enough that you can brush the backs of your heels with your fingertips. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, bridge pose. Whew. Squeezing your thighs towards each other while pressing your knees away from you. Maybe work one shoulder then the other underneath you to interlace your fingers. And then slowly coming out of your bridge pose, lower your upper back, your mid back, your low back, all the way down to the earth. Bottoms of your feet touch, open your knees wide. Take your fingers and push your knees away from you or your thighs away from you to lengthen. And then ease into this. One hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Close your eyes. Reach to the outside of your knees, inner thighs come together. And then we're gonna bring our feet mat with distance. Tee out your arms or goal post them. And then knock both knees to the right. Kind of like zigzag legs from above. If you want to intensify this, bring your right ankle up and over your left outer knee, just to pull it down and lengthen your left side. And maybe gaze towards the left. Release your right heel from your knee. Bring both feet back to the mat and swivel your knees back towards the ceiling. Maybe untuck your tail. And then knock both knees to the left, keeping your feet still mat with distance. Or hook your left heel to the outside of your right knee. And gaze towards your right side. Just feel how much deeper you can breathe into that right side of your lung. Slow down your heart rate. Release your left heel from your knee. Bring both knees back towards the ceiling. And then exhale, happy baby. I like to start with my feet flexed and then pulling my knees wide to the outside of my ribs or my belly. Find the area that feels good to clasp. Right now, it's my thighs. You can always go for your ankles or your feet. Take a gentle rock side to side. And then exhale, full wind removing pose. Curl into a ball. Pull your knees together towards your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Squeeze your nose towards your knees. Take the deepest breath in you can. And then exhale, Shavasana. Unwind your legs far in front of you. Slight scoop of your shoulder blades together and down your back so your heart puffs up. And flop your hands open and long beside you. Close your eyes. Soften between your eyebrows. Just allow yourself to really soak in your practice during the Shavasana. Return to your natural, nourishing, calm breath. If you're ready to be woken, invite small movements to your fingers, to your toes. Roll out your wrists, your ankles. Rock your head right to left. Reach your arms up and above you. Point your toes. Take a Tuesday evening. Yawn. Bend your knees. Roll to your right or left side for fetal pose. Then, using as little energy as possible, slowly press yourself up to a seat, keeping your eyes soft or closed. And together, we'll reach our arms out and up, gathering all that positive energy we create with our bodies, our breath, our intention, our mindfulness, and pull it towards heart center to store away, to fuel us, to help us when we need it. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows to connect mind with body. And then bow forward to honor your practice.